You think a black hole is a place, a thing, something with stuff inside it, a cosmic pit where stars fall, where matter piles up, where everything that crosses the boundary ends up trapped somewhere deep within. That picture feels obvious, unavoidable. It's the story you've been told your entire life, and it's the story your intuition keeps repeating every time you hear the words black hole. But what if that picture is wrong? What if there is no inside in the way you imagine it all? What if everything that falls toward a black hole never actually enters it, at least not in any meaningful sense? Sit with that for a moment, because if this is true, then it doesn't just rewrite what black holes are. It forces you to question what it means for something to exist in a place. It challenges the idea of boundaries, of containment, of space itself. And the unsettling part is this: modern physics isn't just hinting at this possibility. It's pointing directly toward it. So before you assume you understand what a black hole contains, you need to be willing to let go of the idea of inside. I'll show you why. You've always pictured it the same way, even if you've never consciously thought about it. A black hole sits in space like a dark, invisible drain, pulling everything toward it. Get too close and you're done. Stars stretch, twist, and disappear. Light itself gets swallowed. Matter crosses that invisible boundary and vanishes forever into some hidden interior. It's almost impossible not to imagine it like a container, a place where everything ends up compressed into something unimaginably dense. You can see it in your mind right now, a massive star drifting too close, torn apart as it spirals inward, its gas stretching into long glowing streams before slipping past the edge. Once it crosses, it's gone. Somewhere inside, crushed beyond recognition, packed into a singularity, a point of infinite density where the laws of physics collapse. That image feels real because it's been reinforced over and over again. It's in documentaries, in animations, in explanations meant to simplify something complex. Even scientists, when speaking casually, describe black holes as if they are objects with an interior where things accumulate. And why wouldn't they? Every object you've ever interacted with works that way. A box contains things, a planet has an inside, even a star has layers you could, in principle, move through, so your brain naturally applies that same logic here. A boundary must separate outside from inside. Once you cross it, you must be somewhere else, somewhere deeper, somewhere hidden. That assumption feels so obvious that questioning it almost seems unnecessary, and yet that very assumption is where everything begins to fall apart. Now let's introduce the part that quietly breaks that entire picture, the event horizon. You've heard the term before. It's often described as the point of no return, the boundary around a black hole beyond which nothing can escape. That sounds simple enough. Cross it and you're inside. Stay outside and you're safe. But this is where things start to behave in a way your intuition simply cannot keep up with. Imagine watching an object fall toward a black hole from a safe distance. As it gets closer to the event horizon, something strange happens. It begins to slow down, not because it's losing energy, but because time itself is behaving differently. From your perspective, the object never actually crosses the horizon. It gets closer and closer, slower and slower, fading and stretching, but never quite making it across. It's as if it's frozen at the edge forever. But now switch perspectives. Imagine you are the one falling. From your point of view, nothing special happens at the horizon. You don't freeze, you don't stop, you simply pass through it and continue inward as if the boundary wasn't even there. No dramatic moment, no visible barrier, just a smooth continuation. So now you have a problem. From the outside, nothing ever goes in. From the inside, everything goes in without resistance. Two observers, two completely different realities, both equally valid according to the laws of physics. And this isn't a minor detail you can ignore. It cuts directly into your assumption that a black hole has a clear inside where things end up. Because if nothing ever appears to cross from one perspective, then where exactly is this inside supposed to be? So now you're left with a question that doesn't have an easy answer. Did the object go inside, or did it remain at the edge forever? And more importantly, what does inside even mean if reality itself can't agree on whether crossing ever happened? Now the situation becomes even more serious, because this isn't just about confusing perspectives anymore. It runs directly into one of the most trusted principles in all of physics. Information cannot be destroyed. That idea isn't philosophical or optional. It's built into the core of how we understand the universe. Every particle, every interaction, every transformation preserves information in some form, even if it becomes scrambled beyond recognition. If you had perfect knowledge, in theory, you could reconstruct the past from the present. That's how deeply this principle is embedded. But black holes seem to violate it completely. Imagine throwing a book into a black hole. Every word, every arrangement of ink, every bit of structure that made it meaningful disappears from view. From the outside, it fades near the horizon and never quite crosses. From the inside, it falls toward a singularity and is crushed beyond recovery. Either way, the detailed information that defined that book appears to be gone. Not hidden, not transformed, just erased. And it gets worse. Black holes slowly evaporate through something called Hawking radiation. Over immense stretches of time, they shrink and eventually disappear entirely. When they're gone, all that remains is a faint bath of radiation that seems completely random. No trace of what fell in, no encoded story waiting to be decoded, just noise. So now you're facing a stark and uncomfortable choice. Either black holes destroy information, which means one of the most fundamental rules of physics is wrong, or our understanding of black holes is incomplete in a very deep way. There is no easy middle ground here. One side of this dilemma forces you to question everything we know about reality, the other forces you to rethink what a black hole actually is, and the unsettling part is, both options feel equally impossible to accept. The breakthrough came when physicists stopped asking what happens inside a black hole and started asking a more uncomfortable question. What if nothing is actually stored inside at all? What if the entire picture is backwards? This shift didn't come from speculation, it came from trying to resolve the contradiction you just saw, and it led to one of the most surprising ideas in modern physics. Stephen Hawking showed that black holes are not completely black, they emit radiation. Slowly, quietly, over enormous stretches of time, they lose mass and shrink. Eventually, they can disappear entirely. At first, this seemed like just another strange feature, but when you look closer, it changes everything. Because if a black hole evaporates, then whatever fell into it cannot remain hidden forever. The information has to go somewhere. This is where the perspective begins to flip. Instead of imagining matter falling inward and being stored deep inside, physicists began to consider that the information about what falls in might never actually leave the boundary. The event horizon itself starts to behave like a kind of recording surface, encoding everything that approaches it. Not in a simple or readable way, but in a way that preserves the underlying information. Now think about what that implies. If the information is stored on the surface, then the interior stops being the main stage of the process. The black hole is no longer a container filled with compressed matter. It becomes something more like an interface, a boundary where information is processed, transformed, and eventually released back out through radiation. This is a radical shift in how you picture it. The drama is no longer happening deep inside some hidden core. It's happening at the edge. The surface becomes the key player, not the interior. And once you start to see it this way, the idea of a black hole as a place that contains things begins to feel less solid, less necessary. What if the inside was never the important part to begin with? This idea reaches its most powerful form in something called the holographic principle. It sounds abstract at first, but once you see it, it changes how you think about space itself. The principle suggests that everything that happens in a region of space can be described entirely by information stored on its boundary. In the case of a black hole, that boundary is the event horizon. So instead of imagining matter falling inward and piling up somewhere inside, you have to picture something very different. Every particle, every bit of structure, every detail of what approaches the black hole becomes encoded on that thin surface, not as tiny pictures or symbols you could read, but as subtle patterns in the fabric of the horizon itself. The surface area, not the volume, determines how much information the black hole can hold. That alone is a complete reversal of how you normally think about storage. To make this less abstract, think about a hologram. A hologram is a flat, two-dimensional surface that contains all the information needed to produce a three-dimensional image. The depth you perceive is not actually inside the object. It's an emergent effect created by the way information is arranged on the surface. The image appears to have volume, but fundamentally everything is encoded on a boundary. Now take that idea seriously. Imagine that what you thought was a deep interior is actually more like that illusion of depth in a hologram. The black hole doesn't need a hidden inner space to store anything because all the necessary information already lives on its edge. The inside becomes something that might only exist as a kind of projection, a way of describing the same information from a different perspective. This is the moment where your intuition starts to struggle, because it's not just saying that black holes behave differently, it's saying that the very concept of inside and outside might not be fundamental at all. What you thought was a container might actually be more like a screen. What you thought was depth might be a reconstruction. And if that's true, then when something falls toward a black hole, it doesn't disappear into a hidden place. It becomes part of a pattern on the boundary, encoded in a way that preserves everything about it. The black hole doesn't contain things in the way you imagined, it translates them. Once you accept that, even tentatively, something much bigger begins to shift. Because if a black hole can encode everything on its surface, then maybe that isn't a special trick limited to black holes. Maybe it's revealing something more general about how reality works. What if space itself, the thing you experience as depth and distance, is not fundamental? What if it's something that emerges from deeper patterns of information, the same way a hologram produces the illusion of 3 dimensions from a flat surface? That idea sounds extreme, but it's exactly where modern physics starts to point. The boundary of a system might be enough to describe everything within it. The distinction between inside and outside, which feels so obvious in everyday life, could be more like a convenient interpretation than a fundamental truth. You experience objects as having interiors because that's how your senses organize the world, not necessarily because reality is built that way at its deepest level. Black holes become a kind of window into this hidden structure. They force you to confront a situation where your normal assumptions stop working, where volume gives way to surface, where containment gives way to encoding, and once you see that possibility, it's hard to unsee it. The universe you thought was a vast 3-dimensional stage filled with things might instead be something more subtle, more abstract, more interconnected than anything your intuition was designed to handle. And this is where it stops being just about black holes and starts becoming about you. Because if the deepest layer of reality is built on information rather than solid objects, then you are not what you instinctively think you are either. You feel like a fixed thing, a body with clear boundaries, something contained within your skin. But at a fundamental level, you are a constantly changing pattern of information, held together by processes that never stop moving. Think about it. The atoms in your body are not permanent. They are exchanged with your environment every moment. The structure that makes you you is not the matter itself, but the pattern those atoms form over time. In that sense, you are much closer to a process than a thing, more like a flowing pattern than a solid object. And if boundaries are not fundamental in black holes, there is no reason to assume they are fundamental for you either. The line between you and the rest of the universe is not as absolute as it feels. Information flows in and out of you constantly, through light, through interaction, through every moment you exist. So when you think of yourself, it may be more accurate to see a pattern sustained in a larger system rather than something isolated, and that realization quietly changes how you understand your place in the universe. So when you return to the original question, it doesn't feel simple anymore. You started with the idea that a black hole is a place, something with an inside where things go and stay, but now that idea has quietly unraveled, because if nothing ever truly crosses the way you imagined, if information is preserved at the boundary, if the surface holds the story, then the very notion of an interior becomes uncertain. Black holes don't contain what you think they do. In fact, they may not contain anything in the way your intuition insists. What you called inside might just be a useful description, a way of talking about something deeper that doesn't actually divide reality into compartments. The boundary is real in a physical sense, but the space you imagined beyond it may not exist in the way you pictured, and once that idea settles in, it begins to spread. Because if a black hole doesn't need an inside to function, then maybe the universe doesn't rely on that concept as much as you thought. You're left with something more subtle and, in a strange way, more elegant. Not a universe made of solid things hidden inside other things, but one built from patterns, relationships, and encoded information. And if that's true, then reality is not made of things at all, it's made of information.